today we're going up. I showed y'all the box scores because I couldn't get the full gameplay. It happens. And subscribe if you are new with the notifications on if you want to turn on the notifications. But yeah, man, let's get into this video. Hey man, there's one video that we can't see the gameplay.
From Soldier Field to Bell on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, man.
Between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
That makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this.
And no sign of him cooling down at all.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down, a gain of 11. Eagles first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense heals a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Now a nice throw here. He hauls it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense. And that, of course, is their signal caller.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He does a nice job there defensively being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, Bananas can make the tag in. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
21-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the coach, offensive coordinator, actually called in and called him in and said, look, you're our guy. Okay, we're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. That's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. Evades the tackler and now some space. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure that you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards, 3 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll get his award. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Bears nothing.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone cover? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. at their own 27.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a throw left sideline complete. But that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. He's the guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him plays like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big game, run past you, and then uses his...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will attempt to return. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On the carry, it's Montgomery, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 on a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the 49. And that's here in this first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half, I mean, that just didn't happen. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of run read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks and no touchdown passes yet either. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Ward. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. David Montgomery, the target out of the backfield, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Going deep this time. That's caught at the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And it's Graham here, the one who is still down. And looks like he's in some pain. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. But first they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the... And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
If you didn't know, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From the 10. A lane opens here. Send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan has a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back to start this second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get it going, obviously, right? So you've got to get it in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And you can say to them, look at that. You can put it 3, 4, 5 in a row. And now you got to get your confidence going.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
3rd and 2.
They're going to look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him here.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. This is taken at the 18. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deontay Burnett, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. Now increase here as he's past the 30.
Greg Ward on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got to dig down deep. Right? They need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, take me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up, let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
3rd and 7.
That's caught by Montgomery. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down. Meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd and 6. Flushed out right. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover it, double it, triple it, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
And you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get it downfield for the touchdown.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. But now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to this outlet, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd and 5. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Intended for Anthony Miller. Incomplete. Results in a
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. Put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives and end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense this play.
They are clicking right now. 3 tight ends to the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with this. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. And 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 13-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other, broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for a reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
A fumble on the play.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know what you're screaming. Just hang on to the ball, man.
Anthony Miller.
The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Davion Taylor in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead 4th down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Oh, a nice spin. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On 2nd down. It's Sanders, and some room to work. It's a foot race. 20, 10,
He's running.
and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 75 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? And maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. But I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Eagles.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. forced out to his left. He'll run it. He is out of bounds inside the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Gonna look deep, and this is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for their first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively, defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this up to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Bears take over first and 10. At their own.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down and sacked. A fumble on the
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That's big for them.
Now left side on the swing pass. Lose two on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They do get it back, but still a ways to go on fourth. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return there, giving an even 20 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Team their three-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start first and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends. Another run with Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap the mastodons you have up front. Say, guys,
and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, we're adding a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take first and 10. At their own.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sack.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure to him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Philadelphia, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like if it's your favorite video. If it's not your favorite video, don't leave a like. If you want to subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to. But yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next video.